the box side. I give you the probe, give it through. They feel that fire to go and
As I speak with you, I'm still indebted to the bank, Heritage Bank. I haven't paid off my loans yet. And I'm expecting that the boat will have gone to work so that we will start offsetting loans from the bank. But as it is now, I'm left with no choice because we are not being ruled by guns, we are ruled by laws. I'm expecting that normally you call us or get a court order or we have you have an order that this is what is going on. Nothing of such. And I got very worried. But in any case, like you just asked, I am left with no choice other than taking them to court. Absolutely. I don't have a choice. Because what do I tell my bank? So we're going ahead to go to court. We'll meet in court with them.
When the Navy stormed the said Meko jetty, they also arrested one Mr. Paul Obriku, who is a security guard employed to be in charge of securing the boat. The said Paul Obriku has no authority whatsoever from my client to use the boat for any purpose or to allow its use by anybody. He has no such authority, whether actual or ostensible. He has none. So we got the information that the allegation was that the said boat was used for illegal bunkering of EGO, that is diesel. And my client was very disturbed because my client is a very law-abiding citizen, very law-abiding corporate citizen. The boat was ordinarily moored at the said Meko jetty at Woji, Port Harcourt, where my client pays the mooring or parking fees of 150,000 naira per month. So it's within the safe custody of the owner of the jetty, one Mr. Meko New Year Tagger. Upon inquiries, my client got to know that Meko, the owner of the jetty, had discharged some quantity of diesel into the said vessel without the knowledge, without the prior knowledge or consent of my clients, in connivance with the security boy that was on the boat.
How long has it
The
been
boat has been in the jetty since 2020, when we moored it there, when my clients moored it there, and it has been there until recently, when there was a dry docking and some repairs of the boat, pursuant to which the master, the issuing authority of licenses, inspected the boat, confirmed the specifications, and issued what is called the certificate of ship registry. Also as a crew boat, not as a tanker. And so, if the maximum capacity of the boat is 45,000 liters, the claim that the vessel was carrying about 350,000 liters of diesel is definitely untrue. And following that information, at the instance of my client, I quickly wrote letters to all relevant authorities, dated the 17th of August 2023. I have the letters here. I wrote to the Chief of Naval Staff. I wrote to the EFCC, which is ordinarily the Zonal Commander EFCC Port Harcourt, which is ordinarily the agency that is empowered by law to investigate matters of this nature. I wrote to the Commander JTF at Igbogene Yenagwa. I also wrote to the Sector 3 Commander of the JTF OPDS at Okrika. All were duly acknowledged as received. All letters dated 17th. August. Now, the specifications are also contained here of the vessel in question, which is a small vessel, just a crew boat. The certificate from NIMASA is also here, showing when it was issued. It was issued on the 14th of April this year, and this certificate did not get to the hands of my clients until sometime about July 2023. So, apart from the Commissioner of Police, whom we also wrote a petition to, none of these other bodies, none of these other investigative or security agencies have done anything concerning the petitions we raised very, very timelessly.
What did the Commissioner of Police do?
But the Commissioner of Police quickly swung into action, detailed his Deputy Commissioner in charge of State CID to investigate, and he in turn quickly swung into action. As at yesterday morning, 23rd day of August 2023, the said MECO, the owner of the jetty where our clients lawfully moored his vessel in question, was arrested. As we speak, to the best of my knowledge, is still being detained by the State CID Port Harcourt. But my worry is simply that when the owner of the vessel has communicated to all these agencies that it has no complicity in the alleged crime, if any at all, when the owner of the vessel is not in any way involved in any criminality, why should the owner lose his much prized vessel, which is running into billions of naira? Where is the order of court authorizing the destruction of the vessel? How much investigation has been done by the naval authorities to justify the destruction of the vessel, when particularly my client has never been contacted,